Gorgeous shot of the Bethlehem Steel Blast Furnaces at Steel Stacks starts off our day here on the live Music Fest preview show. Of course, we head into the final weekend of Music Fest 2022 today. My name is Jon Lunger, and you know it. We're broadcasting live from under the bridge at Wells Fargo Fest Plots at Camp SEN, having a blast here at Music Fest. Of course, campsentv.com for the schedule of everything today and all the great games that we have. But right now, I'm joined by Catherine and Isla from one of the longest standing food vendors here at Music Fest. Absolute legend. For sure. Heaven on a Bun. Catherine, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us, and more importantly, to bring me the amazing burger from Heaven on a Bun.
Well, it's just before lunchtime, so your timing could not be better. We're happy to be here this morning. Thank you for having us.
If I'm being honest, when we pitched this live lead-in show, it was a ruse for me to just get food on TV. It really was, but it's grown into something more, not dissimilar to Heaven on a Bun. Certainly, I don't. How many years has it been at the festival now?
I believe we've been here 27 years. The first couple of years we were up on Main Street, and then they moved us down to what's now Plaza Tropical. It's gone through several iterations. It was kids, Kinderplots for a while. We actually had a children's food menu for a period of time, but for the last good 12 years, if not greater, it's been Plaza Tropical, and we feel like we found a home there.
For sure. And I think my favorite story involving the food that you're grilling up and serving to festers is the name of the business actually came from a customer.
Yes, it did. Actually, the name of the business came from prior to when the business had started. My father had run a subunit for Saucon Valley Country Club called Way Hill, and he had a customer come in, eat one of his burgers, took a bite, and said, "Jack, this is like heaven on a bun." So when he had the opportunity to branch out on his own, that's where the name came from, and we've been cultivating that ever since.
And I want to talk a little bit about Jack. Unfortunately, we have lost him, but one of the nicest, most sincere, genuine people I've ever met in my entire life. Worked every day of Music Fest, always checking in with people to make sure that they were having a good time, that they were well fed, that they were just happy, because that's how I remember Jack. He was the happiest guy, and he was one of those things that made Music Fest what it is today.
I appreciate those comments. Thank you very much. We kind of joked my dad was larger than life and a cartoon character, and just, you know, the best of everything all rolled up into one. Music Fest every year was his Super Bowl. So when given the opportunity, our family banded together, and we had to be here for him to carry on the legacy, and we're looking forward to being here for many more years to come.
And of course, Isla holding something very, very special that you have at the booth here. What are we holding there,
Yeah,
Isla?
so we've got my dad's blood, sweat, and tears there, sweat stains and all. So this was the T-shirt that my dad had most recently worn for the past couple of years. My husband has framed it, and as we go through different festivals and events, we're going to be kind of adding some mementos, some stickers and things to the shadow box, and that's eventually going to hang in our food truck. We have a food truck that we do smaller events along with catering service, and my husband's planning on doing a bit of a tribute wall along with a photograph and some other special just mementos so that everybody remains grounded in where this came from.
Yeah, honestly, if everyone in the world or everyone at Music Fest is just 1% more like Jack, the world would be an exponentially better place.
He truly, he had the biggest heart, and you know, there was not a bad bone in his body. So we're, again, happy to carry on his legacy, and this is what he would have wanted. He would have absolutely loved the Camp SEN theme this year. So I'm kind of tickled with what Service Electric has done, and again, he's up there smiling down on all of us. So happy to bring Heaven on a Bun to everyone who'd like to come out to visit us at Plaza Tropical and over at the concerts at the Steel Stage area.
Yeah, for sure. And now you're going to have to do me a favor, because
Yes,
I'm going to hold my microphone under my arm, and I'm going to take a bite of this amazing burger. Walk me through, and everybody watching at home, what it is that I am about to eat.
Okay, so your burger is a fresh ground beef patty. that is made from a local purveyor. We've had the same purveyor for 27 years. It is topped with American cheese and sauteed onions. And also the finisher is the Valos Bakery roll, which has been our signature roll for the last 27 years. And I hope you found that to be heaven on a bun.
Absolutely. You know what? When you're cooking up food like this, there's nowhere to hide. It's really simple, right? It's a burger with cheese and perfectly grilled onions. You can't hide. But in order to be successful, you have to do it perfect. And that's exactly what this is. The burger itself, incredible. For me, I'm an onion fiend.
Oh boy. Well, then we did it well.
I adore onions, and the grilled onions on there and that perfect roll coming from Valos. It is heaven on a bun for a reason, and it is an absolute must-have at Music Fest. And we can't thank you enough for starting your day here. We know you got to get ready for the oncoming onslaught of festers here for this opening weekend. And I know he's watching, so Jack, we love you. This festival is for you, and we will see you later. Thank you all for tuning in. We got to let them get back to the booth so they can keep grilling up these amazing burgers for real. Also, shamelessly, I just want a commercial break so I can eat off of camera. But don't go anywhere. We're back. We've got more special guests, including a live exclusive performance before the festival starts here on the preview show exclusively on SEN. Don't go anywhere. Back in a minute. Welcome back to our live preview show here just moments before the official start of the final weekend of Music Fest 2022. You're looking at the Loop installation at Steel Stacks, an amazing interactive art experience coming all the way from Canada. Not going to want to miss it. It's a light show. It is an art show. It is a one-of-a-kind experience. And when you're festing, particularly at night, those loop circles are incredible. But we're back, and only because they told me I had to come back on television. Otherwise, I would still be eating that burger from Heaven on a Bun. It was incredible. They are Fest legends for a reason. And speaking of Fest legends, I am standing next to one right now, Vicky Dulé, the chair of the Board of Trustees for Arts Quest. Vicky, thanks so much for coming on TV with me.
You're welcome. It's an honor to be here with you, John.
She is lying. We see each other a lot, and I know she's just being polite, and that's okay. But you're behind the scenes. You got your finger on the pulse of Music Fest 2022.
Yep.
Only 2 days left. How are we doing this year?
Oh, it's fantastic. It is just incredible to see everybody back out. We're back. The community is so happy to be here. It's great to see the numbers, the crowds of people that are here. Vendors are doing great, and it's just great to see the community back, and that's what Music Fest does. It brings the community together, and this year it's been better than ever.
And I have been told that this amazing weather, the break in that heat,
Yes.
is 100% because of you.
It is. I take full credit.
Yeah.
No, not at all, but boy, does it feel good. It feels like it's 60 right now.
It's perfect. Honestly, it's going to be one of those days where the temperature feels the same inside as it does outside. Perfect for the final weekend of festing. And I got to know, you've only got 2 days left.
Mm-hmm.
So what's on your agenda? What are you seeing this final weekend?
Well, so tonight I'll be at the Alabama concert. Definitely on the north side, trying to see as many free shows as I can. But I'll be at the main stage tonight, and tomorrow night I'll be at the Olga Tanyan concert. So excited for that one. It's the first time I think we've had a Latin performer headline like this.
We did a free show last
year. Free show,
yeah,
right.
And it went so well that we were able to work with our partners at La Mega Radio to bring it back with an absolute legend of merengue music all the way from Puerto Rico. She is actually doing a warm-up show for Music Fest.
Nice.
For a warm-up show for Music Fest in New York. It's usually the other way around.
Right, that's awesome.
But she is going to be bringing out all the stops on what is going to be an amazing show tomorrow night. And you mentioned Alabama, two Alabama living legends. This is a bucket list concert for all you country fans out there. And tickets for both of those shows are still available at musicfest.org. You can get them at the Arts Quest Center as well, or at the gates right outside the entrance to the Wind Creek Steel Stage. You're not going to want to miss either of them. We are talking about legendary, award-winning artists. Alabama has a run of #1 singles in country that will never be replicated. So don't miss them out. Check them out. And you'll get to see Vicky if you're there.
I'll be there. If I see you, stop up and say hi.
Get an autograph. She does sign autographs. It is on request, though. And she'll sign anything. So, I mean, just pick up some trash if you have your mug, or like find me and she'll sign my dumb forehead.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I sign your head later?
Of course you can. Of course you can. Well, speaking of later, this show wraps up at noon for the official start of the fest. We're going to go get lunch. What are we going to eat?
I can't leave Music Fest without getting the lobster rolls.
Yes.
At the main, is it?
Harvest Specialty Catering from
Best
New Jersey.
lobster rolls. So that's definitely on our list today. So my daughter Grace and I are going to stop there at the start of the festival. So we don't want to miss that.
Nice.
That's our favorite.
I did notice you took me out of that equation. I thought I was invited to lunch. Grace is down there looking at me like, no, you're not. We've met. Grace, a rock star, she actually worked behind the scenes with our marketing department last summer as part of our internship program, which I don't know that a lot of people know. That's something that we do across all the departments of the organization. So if you're a student watching from home and you want to learn more about how we book bands, how we get them around the festival, production, marketing, social media, pretty much every aspect of the festival, we have an internship program for. You can check that out at artsquest.org. All of those opportunities are there. An incredible experience, and believe it or not, and I know it's hard to picture me as a spry young man, but 18 years ago I actually started here as an intern, and I never left. I fell in love with it, and I had the chance to stay. So check that out, artsquest.org, for all that information.
Early. Great opportunity.
Speaking of artsquest.org and artsquest in general, there are so many projects in the works, and I just wanted to set the table really quickly. We're working on a brand new visual arts and education center for the South Side. Everybody familiar with the Banana Factory. But can you give us any hints of what is to come with that development?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So the new cultural center will be built where the Banana Factory stands today. What it's really going to do is help expand the space. There's a need. There'll be more artist spaces. There'll be a comedy area. It's really going to transform the South Side, and when it's built, when that happens, we're going to look back years from there and say we can't imagine the South Side any different, much like was what happened with Steel Stacks.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. We'll need community support, business support, and it's going to transform the South Side and do what ArtsQuest does best, and that's open access for the arts for more people. So expand that access for all.
And that journey is really just beginning. Obviously, a whole bunch of outreach into the community, the Southside community, to figure out how exactly some of those programs and those spaces are going to be engaged. But you look at things like the Art Smart program that we do with Bethlehem Area School District, and some of the amazing educational and outreach programs that happen kind of behind the scenes, right? Like Music Fest is amazing. We all know it. We all love it. It's very obvious when Music Fest is happening because you can see it, but not a lot of people know that we're providing free programs for a lot of students, not only in Bethlehem, but across the Lehigh Valley.
You know, and I'll tell you, BSI, so I work for BSI Corporate Benefits, and we're a sponsor of Music Fest and ArtsQuest in general, and it's really such a great sponsorship because we know that the dollars we spend on our sponsorship allow ArtsQuest to put on the Music Fest, making that free to the public, being able to help the schools on the South Side, all of the things that ArtsQuest does for free, our sponsorship dollars help to make that happen, and it's just such a great and fun sponsorship to be part of Music Fest, but we do it knowing our dollars are there to help the community, so we're really proud of our sponsorship, and look forward to doing that annually.
And of course, we love having you. Certainly at the Steel Terrace 1 at the Wind Creek Steel Stage is where you can find BSI and your boss, Tony, holding court there. Just a great time, and what a wonderful example of there's not another festival like Music Fest anywhere else, because it really only exists because of our community, and that in the broadest sense of terms, whether it's the people that are supporting it by coming down and enjoying the festival, the sponsors who are helping make the festival continue to be a free to attend festival. It costs a lot of money to keep Music Fest free, and there are so many people that come together to make that happen, and that's just one aspect of it, and I'm super glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, absolutely. We're proud to be a sponsor.
Yeah. All right, so we are running out of time, but before I let you go, we talked a little bit about the lobster roll. We talked about the shows that you're going to see. What are your secret tips for those that are coming down to the festival, right? great example.
Yep.
This year I shared something that seems so obvious, but as I have gotten older, has changed my life. Before you leave the house to come to Music Fest, stretch for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, has that made my festival so much more enjoyable this year?
I think drinking a lot the week before, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, get yourself prepped. Because if you just come into the festival and you're not up on your drinking, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, especially in the heat that we had earlier, I think that hurts you. So I would say you got to prepare like the week ahead of time.
Vicky Dulé bringing the fire to the live preview show this morning. Didn't expect that to be the answer, but you're 100% right.
I mean, it's true.
It is true. 100% right there, Vicky. I know I've got to let you go, if for no other reason, because you have a lunch date with your daughter that I'm not invited to. But certainly we will see you around the fest, and we thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you, John.
And we thank all of you for watching our live preview show. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have a live performance. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't go anywhere, because Music Fest 2022, the last Saturday, starts in just a few minutes. We'll be right back here in a sec on Surface Electric. An old shot of an old piece of Bethlehem steel outside the visitor center at Steel Stacks. A gorgeous day, as you can see. Not a care in the world for us, as it's going to be like 80 degrees today. Sunny, no chance of that precipitation that we don't say by name because it's Music Fest and we don't even want to think about it. Even a nice cool breeze, as you can see my amazing Music Feast shirt blowing in the wind here at Camp SEN. Just gorgeous, and I'm thrilled to tell you about Galen here from Mystik.
Yes.
Thanks so much for
of
waking up
course.
and hopping on our show today. Tell us a little bit about what people who have never seen your band perform before can expect from a Mystik show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, John,
Yes.
I don't want any more mention or conversation about rain.
I didn't say the
okay?
word. Don't say the word. When you
I just
say the
don't-
word, it gives it power. I said precipitation that we don't talk about,
We
friend.
can't talk about it. We can't talk about it anymore. So let's move on.
Look, I know we're live.
I
This
know.
is not going well. This
I
is
think
going
it's going
off the
okay.
rails. We're
What do you
not-
guys think? Do you think it's going okay?
They
It's
can't
going
answer
well.
you. It's a one-way communication medium.
Anyway, so
Mystik
yeah,
Fool.
Mystik Fool, my band. We are a 4-piece rock psychedelic jam band, local here from Easton, and we've actually been booked to play Music Fest the past 3 years.
Okay.
The past 3 years.
This is a little three-peat action for you.
So we haven't been able to play Music Fest. It's been canceled every time that we've
No.
been. Yes, every time. So this is our first debut today. We're playing at Steel Stacks around 5 p.m. this evening. So definitely, if you're coming out to Music Fest, stop by there. But yeah, so we've been playing together for 4 years now,
Okay.
and right now we're in the middle of our Wild Summer Tour. So we've been going all over the country. We took it from here out to Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia. We went up to Rhode Island and Syracuse. And so we're coming back home. To
Bringing
the
it
local.
back home.
Yep,
I
yep.
love that, and I love that this is your debut. I don't like that it wasn't supposed to be your debut.
Crazy,
But I'm
right?
so excited that we're going to have you take the stage for the very first time. During the break, I overheard you talking to our friends from Heaven on a Bun, and I see you in the monitor right now. Holy Captain Jack Sparrow vibes. You look great.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
You gotta have style.
You're pulling it off. I have this, because I eat my way across the festival, and I feel like we are a perfect representation of the many sides of Music Fest.
Yes.
Coming together. Are we running for public office? I feel like that was
get it.
Would we?
We would definitely
What
win.
are we gonna run for?
I would be the vice, and you would be the shining star, and I'd support your
You would be
vision.
my vice shining
Yes.
star. This has been a joy, but I know people are dying to hear a song. So
Yeah,
what are you going to play
absolutely.
for us?
So I have a little song. We're not going to play it this afternoon, but I figured that for a little special broadcast for those of you at home, I could play a song. It's called Head on My Shoulder. It's a little song that me and my partner back home wrote together. And yeah, it's just a song about love, a song about, partnership and trusting each other and believing in something a little bit bigger than ourselves,
Well, take it away, Galen.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thank you. There's been times in my life I wanna run away from here. And when the day turns to night, all there was fear. And in the forest I heard a voice so clear. It was you calling my name. But you could rest your head on my shoulders when the tears start to fall. And when a fire grows colder, take a rest from it all. 'Cause fireflies in the city lights, 'cause growing up it's a fine line. 'Cause does your heartbeat recognize mine? Or does your heartbeat recognize mine? It was a masquerade ball, eyes covered in gold. 'Cause darling, I'm grateful for the letters you wrote me in April. The letters you wrote, singing But you could rest your head on my shoulders when the tears start to fall. And when a fire grows colder, take a rest from it all. 'Cause fireflies in the city lights, 'cause growing up it's a fine line. 'Cause does your heartbeat recognize mine?
Galen from Mystik Full. That was beautiful. I loved it, and I'm not just saying it. Two questions. One,
Yeah, of course.
may I finish this interview with my head on your shoulder?
Yeah, absolutely. I got
Okay.
I
There
got
we
some
go.
shoulder space for you.
This is a nice, tender moment.
I know,
The
I got
second
the
thing,
scarf. It gives you a little cushion.
I do like that, and I loved that song. I
Thank
am
you.
a little concerned though, because in the first verse, if I'm remembering correctly, if I heard you
Okay.
correctly,
Yes.
you heard someone calling your name in the forest.
Yes.
I don't trust hearing voices in the forest, and I'm worried that maybe it was some sort of like spirit or fae creature, and I'm worried that everything is okay.
It's definitely a spirit and a fey creature. I'm picturing something like a winged griffin decorated in diamonds and jewels that are just kind of like
Ugh.
out of the distance, just screeching my name.
I'm here for it.
That wouldn't scare you,
No,
right?
I mean, no, it'd be shiny and wonderful. You saw it here. Such beautiful song, such great vibes, positive energy. Make sure you check out Mystik Full down at Steel Stacks today around 5 o'clock, right, Galen?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Awesome. And of course, this is your last chance to fest the final weekend this year. Just 2 days, perfect weather, perfect festing conditions. Make sure you get out, and if you can't, keep the dial turned right here. We've got exclusive live coverage of Musikfest 2022 here on SEN. This is Galen from Mystik
Yes.
Full, John from Arts Quest. We're signing off because Musikfest has to start.
Signing off. Let's
Signing
party.
off. Let's do
party.
it. Yeah.